the Zonda R Liquid in full carbon. Just look at the weaves, the roof scoop, the interior. You got the Zonda R seat belts. You get these carbon dive planes on the side. That's absolutely knee splitting. Huayra Roadster in purple carbon. So I heard this car is going to get sent back to the factory to get the Tempesta kit installed. Very nice. With the early Huayras, the side markers are over there, but with the newer ones, they're more blended in like that. I think this Huayra here was actually at the 2014 auto show. They just installed a Tempesta kit, which is the front bumper and the wheels. And that's the car today, red interior. There's only a handful of them. And that one back there is a Zonda R. They call it the Zonda R Liquid. Rumor is that the car got into an accident and it was rebuilt at the factory. Newer wheels, ceramic brakes, red to match the interior. They constantly update their cars, so they're always new and relative to the current market. Even the exhaust is new. Blue tips. 2013 Huayra. 10 years later, it still looks like 2023. At the McLaren booth, this is supposed to be a 720 GT3, but they swapped it for a GT. That's interior though. That's a 750S. All painted, interesting. This is the SLR HDK, one of 12 cars, street legal version of the McLaren SLR GT3 car. Very neat. This car almost never comes out, belongs to a local collector. Very nice. I think it's painted in cerulean blue as well. A little bit wider than the standard street McLaren. You can see how wide it is by looking at that section over there. At the Porsche booth, probably the best section of the auto show. We were here last Wednesday for the grand launch, and today we're going to do an in-depth walkthrough of everything here. No car has gone higher. Exactly. This is a 992 based on the Carrera 4 GTS engine. Gearbox, engine are all stock. The fuel was powered by e-fuel, and it got up to 6,700 meters, which is 22,000 feet up a volcano in Chile. The previous record was actually 40 meters lower than it, and it was by Unimog back in 2020. So if you look at this car, everything's been hardened, including the bumper, even the control arms, what looks like billet aluminum, and raised. That looks like carbon Kevlar or something. Extra wide body, intakes on the side, spare tire on the roof. And look at it, massive wheels, and literally look at that. That's machine aluminum. Up the tallest mountain in the southern and western hemisphere. You got a winch, skid plate, flat bottom tray, more control arm stuff. Absolutely tight. Very cool. And the coolest part is that they maintain the original drivetrain of the GTS. I'm pretty sure this is a 1-to-1 scale Lego car. Like they literally took that and just like magnified it to this. This GT3 RS here is one of one, custom made for the Toronto Porsche Experience Center that's coming later this year. Let's look at details. Canadian flag in the center caps, red pinstripe on this side because this side's white, and it's got a Canadian flag on the roof. PECTO with the racetrack over there. Painted Porsche logo underneath the wing under the DRS flap. And this car is in two-tone, so the driver's side is in white, and that basically the line dividing goes down the steering wheel, if you can see. Right side of the car, passenger side, is painted in red with also a PECTO sign, Porsche Experience Center Toronto, and the pinstripe on this side is white to contrast with the other side. Painted side intake, special badges for this car, and red inserts on the inside with different harness hoops and Pectio harness hoop straps. Another closer look on these. Black painted brakes on ceramics, US side markers. Even the headlight circle is red on this side and white on this side. I think this is a Weissach car, but with the painted hood and everything. And the 911 Dakar, the 250,000 911, based on the Carrera 4 GTS with a roof box, martini stripes, and this car is actually painted in white and blue. The stripes are stickers though. Imagine taking the stripes off and having a white and blue car. Off-road lights. The new Cayenne Turbo GT 2024 model. Facelift basically. Adaptive cruise control in Arctic Gray. And what's special about this car is that this car is only limited to the North American market because the emissions on this car does not pass European standards. So the facelift version is not available in Europe, which, you know, you can probably import it to Europe, but I don't know how they're going to register it because of the emissions. Akrapolvik titanium exhaust. See the burn marks? Very pretty. The new Panamera in American spec with side markers. What do you think about that? I saw a prototype of this, I think 2022, August in California. This is not the turbo because the turbo has the center lock wheels, which is really cool, but it's a hassle to change the wheels because not many shops have the center lock tool. Very nice gentian blue. The new Taycan with updated headlights. So it's basically a facelift. You can see headlights are more like, you know, blended in for more aero. These wheels are still the coolest wheel ever. And the Sport Turismo is probably the best design Porsche has come up with. The Taycan sedan with a facelift Turbo S. You can see it better in this actually. How the headlight is more recessed into the body. Ceramic brakes. This thing does like 0 to 60 in like 2.3 seconds. But you can see the back profile. This one is slanted and that one is like a wagon.
Gotta stay on brand, yeah.
This year is the DBS 770, which is probably selling for 770,000. But you can look at the bucket seats in there. Absolutely no comfort in a comfortable car. The Rolls-Royce Spectre. I think it's about 700,000 as well. Kind of ridiculous for an electric car. This is the Rimac Nevera in this very nice green. I think we saw this at Car Week and it kind of broke on Highway 1. This car in white would look really nice, like the one that drifted up PCH. This is the last Bugatti 1500 horsepower. Which trim is this? The Sport? Standard Chiron, the last one for the Canadian market. And this bronze accent, very cool. And that's a Pininfarina Battista in the chrome wheels, very nice. And the Revolto, the $1 million production car. It's a little too expensive for what it is, but pretty cool booth. If you saw my video from like one of the Cars and Coffee in New York, you would have seen this car. This is the Porsche 356 Zagato from New York, actually on loan here for the auto show because I think the Zagato owner is here and they want to show what they can do. But honestly, it kind of looks like a older Barth. Red Bull Minis, the best part of the show. This is a little room of everything. There's a red RWB here that was built, I think, last July or something. 993, super wide body. Very cool. We got the Lancer Evo. We got a Honda, I think this is an EK. Whoa, that's neat. Celica with a fat supercharger. Very neat, very cool. My dad had one of these. Radical, $100,000 track car, only track car. And the R34 sedan. This is a GT4 RS Club Sport, which has the, I think, hemp fiber. It's a carbon fiber, but lighter or something, or more eco-friendly. Look what we have here. A Chinese imported presidential limo, Hongqi, red flag. Super cool. Got the Century shades. Yeah, it's a living room in there. Very nice. Chinese flag holder. Oh, he dropped it. Those are the flags. Rivians are here. And the BMW XM. This is the only BMW here. All the other German manufacturers, other than Porsche, pulled out this year. These Rivians are actually very cool. The charger port is actually in the front. Over there. Instead of the back like all the other cars. It actually has a decent trunk space. And those are the colors that come with it. On the truck version, you get this little area here that's like a cargo area. So you push a button and you can put stuff in it. Or people or something. And you can step on this. Up 110 kilos. And back here, you have more storage down there and below. This is the Autostrada booth, and we have a Wiseman car over there, and this is the Shelby Series 1 from '99. We saw one of these in full aluminum body at Car Week. Really cool. Viper SRT or GTS from '98. You have a Lamborghini tractor right there. Also very cool. There's a Porsche tractor down there. And the Versace edition Murcielago. Versace edition, paint corrected and everything. You can see it's Versace because of those little things down there, squiggly lines. More cars on this section. We got a Batmobile. This is actually electric powered. It's one of like the show cars or movie cars. That is a Porsche tractor, Porsche diesel tractor. This is a Eurospec Carrera GT imported from France because it doesn't have the side markers on the side. That is a PTS white 918 Spider Lysac kit. You can see because it has the magnesium wheels and the carbon A-pillar, the carbon roof, and the little carbon fin and wing in the back. Very neat. And that over there is a Volcano Yellow P1. Probably has a new battery pack because they had an upgrade cup that came out a couple of years ago. LaFerrari painted in Bianco Fuji Opaco, which is a matte finish paint from factory. Very pretty color. And this one is painted in Rosso F1 Opaco, also a factory matte paint. The 812 Competizione. Probably one of the best displays at the auto show. This one has the carbon fiber wheels, painted shield, NART colors basically, red on the outside, blue seats on the inside, and the back end. The new Lotus SUV, it's actually huge, and that's the Lotus something from a while ago, I think. It has a DC5 headlights. Cars from the Cobble Beach show, 1931 Alpha, 1932 Stutz, not sure what it is. Another 1932 car, happens every year in September at Cobble Beach. I think my GT3 was there last year for one of the, or 2 years ago for one of the color competitions, and it came best in class for color of Porsches. 1938 Peugeot, this is sick, look at the curves on that. And this one, 1957 Ferrari 250 TDF. I think market value is about 5.5 million for this. Last sold, but this has a special color to it. Every time I see one of these, I never know if it's a real deal or a replica, but apparently this one is.
It's hard to tell now.
Yeah, one of 260.
One you can't tell.
There you go. 1980s Countach without the wing. This car has probably the best paint here, if you can see it. White interior, absolutely crispy. Look at that. This is a car from France as well. I guess the French has the best cars. Countach S. Very cool. I think those tires are like 2,000 a piece or something. In the Ferrari room, this is the 296 Challenge car, brand new. Now a Challenge car is a little different because it doesn't have as much aero as a GT3 car. It's a little bit more tamed, and if you look in the back, well, it's got the swan neck wing, the large 2x2 carbon fiber. The back just looks like a mesh thing going on. You can see everything inside basically. This car over here is a condo find, similar to a barn find, except it wasn't found in a barn. It's found in a Toronto condo after being left in the garage for 25 years because the owner had to go back to Hong Kong to attend to a family emergency. So what happened to a short trip became 25 years. And that's the condition it was found, with all the seats like that, ripped up, patina, dusty, sitting on blocks, and now it's fully restored. If you look at the inside, you see all the zinc-plated control arms and stuff. Painted in Rosso Rubino, one of the colors unique to the 365 Daytona, with the wire mesh wheels. Very cool. And here's the Enzo with red interior. No radio though. This is a 430 Challenge shell. You see the 24-hour lights back here. It tells you your first, second, third place or above. And inside is a fully welded cage with supports like that. That's how you know it's a race car.
Yeah, that's true.
The F40, I've seen a bunch of these, but every time I see it, it's still one of my favorites. Just look at those hips. It's one of the last Ferraris that Enzo signed off himself on before he passed. That's super cool. That's a 288 GTO. Every time I see it, I thought it's like a, you know, 308 or something. But that rear diff tells you it's a GTO. Ford booth. The dark horse here looks a little skinny. There's something not right with it. I don't think this one has a handling pack. The new Ford Explorer ST. Updated headlights. You can see that it doesn't really go in the grill anymore. Like, that's the old one over there. So now we gotta start remembering new headlights. That's the Bronco Raptor with painted fenders. The Ranger Raptor, originally built for the Asian market, and now it's in the North American market. However, this is an $80,000 truck. $80,000 for a small truck, actually. That's the F-150, and you can see how much bigger that is compared to this. The Tremor, super tall, with tire shine in the treads. F-350, look how long that boy is. A Volvo booth, a bunch of EVs or hybrids. The Corvettes are open. We have the regular C8 and we have the Z06 over there with a quad center pipes over there. Let's go see that one. Z06 with the Z07 pack. Carbon wheels with ceramic brakes and the wheel lock. Very cool. Mid-engine exhaust, one of the highest revving naturally aspirated V8s. The giant clamshell and the quad exhaust, Corvette signature. Chevrolet booth, pumping out the EVs. And the E-Rays over there. The E-Ray comes with a Z06 wide body, but has the regular C8 rear end where the tailpipes are on the side. But this one has, I think, electric capabilities up to 20 miles or something. But this is a Spider. 655 combined horsepower. Oh, 2.5 seconds. Silverado EV. It's towing a trailer. I wonder how long they can tow that for. The Sierra EV. Interesting. And we have the Hummer EV here. So the Hummer EV is part of the GMC group, as you can see over here, but this is a new paint. Massive wheels. It's got 8 bolts on it. So there's a Hummer version that comes with a rear hatch like that, or you can have like a truck version over there. And the truck version, you can take the roof off to be a convertible kind of thing. VinFast, the new EV company from Vietnam. Very cool cars, actually. Brought some cool cars. Yeah, Lexus brought some cool cars. We got Spectrum Blue, we got some sort of yellow on this RCF, V8, very neat. And this is some sort of copper, also very cool, very unique to the brand. And we have like a Nardo gray looking IS350 and a baby blue IS500, one of the last V8 sedans out there. The V8, but you can't really see it, it's all covered by plastic. They look the same, but the only difference between the 350 and the 500 is that the 4 tailpipes, like the ISF. The new sand-colored Land Cruiser, it returns. Kind of looks like that Lexus over there. What are your thoughts on the front end? It looks retro, but new, but also kind of cheap looking. That Lexus looks the same as this, but just, you know, a little bit different. This was a bit circular. That's got the Lexus lights on it. But if you look at the mirror here, or the window here, it's exactly the same as that. So they are the same car. This looks like a new Prius, but this is actually the new Camry. They made all the cars the same. And that's a Crown over there. This is the Crown hatch. And over here we have the new Crown USDM Crown crossover, SUV looking thing. Kind of looks like a Ferrari Purosangue. This is the GR. Yeah, this is the GR section. We got Neptune Blue GR86, and I'm not sure what this orange is, and a white GR Corolla. This yellow Prius is limited to the Canadian market. America don't get this color. So, you know, if you drive this to the US, you might actually get spotted, and someone might actually say, cool car, it's a Prius. Let's see what color this is. Maximum yellow. What family of 5 is gonna travel with 3 carry-ons? Like, that's just poor marketing at this point. This is a CT4 Blackwing, comes in a V6 twin turbo, pushing 400 horsepower, well 472 actually, with a 6-speed manual transmission. It's one of the last manual transmission sedans out there offered, and this is by Cadillac, and look how big that carbon spoiler is. Really cool. Let's take a look inside. This here is a CT5 Blackwing with carbon bucket seats, and this is a CT5 V Blackwing. Manual transmission too, you can see the pedals with carbon fiber bucket seats. Very beautiful interior actually, and ceramic brakes. Ceramic brakes on a 4-door sedan. This is a JRP booth with a lot of demo wheels on display, which are really nice. And this 2002 over here is S55 powered. It's one of the engine's not open, but you can see it. Everything's custom and Recaro Sportsters. This is the Ineos Grenadier. It's kind of like a G-Wagon or Defender-like thing, but it's not. I haven't heard much about these, but it's kind of got like the Airbus overhead cup, like luggage carriers or something. Very boxy. Very nice. I like the color on this actually. You have all these like holes for accessories, I assume. Suspension. Even the sides, the doors have these things. Let's look at the inside. That's a lot of buttons. Looks like an off-road kind of thing. Nice. The Barbie movie Corvette. Look at the exhaust pipes. They just stick out like that, and everything inside is pink. Oh, he's sending it. Jeez. Toronto Police booth. We got the Crown Vic. This is a one of the heritage cars that they kept for preservation, and this is a traffic unit FPIU cruiser. But this one has no radar in it because it's kind of like a demo show car. But these are all the flashers, the wheels. Let's look inside. Yeah, the Canadian Toronto Police spotlights are in the middle. They're not mounted outside. But that's about it. We got the gun holder, the pool noodle, Federal Signal new flashers, rotating beacon, keeping the heritage as well. These are also alley lights if they flip it on. The alley light. They're in back. Oh, that's a traffic mode. We got a traffic advisor in the back. Move left. Oh, there's no flashes in the back yet. There we go. Got the rear flashers on. So traffic unit has 3 lights on the back, and the regular patrols have 2, and that's the laser they use to catch you speeding. That's a really bright alley light. We got the police motorcycle in stealth colors, so you can't see them when they sneak up behind you. And this is the original Toronto Police color, early in the days. The new traffic service cruiser. This is the Dodge Charger Pursuit with those thin lights that really get you, but you can tell it's a Charger from a mile away. On the dash here, that's a radar, so you know they know your speed, and that's a dash cam. Same with the back over here. That's a moving radar that points towards the back. Got the flashing lights, and they covered that so it's not too bright for the people at the show. Got the OPP booth. Got my Tahoe. Popo signing autographs for the posters. Corvettes, Hummers, Explorers. The OPP Power Wagon. That's sick. It's massive. These are for the northern area enforcement. And we have the Hummer EV OPP car for the show. And there's Officer Kerry Schmidt. OPP motorcycle and more down there. They got the bikes, they got a snowmobile. You can't even run on snow, and they have the FPIU OPP version, which is really nice actually. They look very much like CHP. Gold stickers. When you see these lights in front of you, behind you, you know you're in trouble because these guys have more power than like the city police. The new Durangos, Durango Pursuits. I think it's a V8 or something. Very cool. And down there we have the YRP Mustang. So the Mustang is a show car, I'm pretty sure, because it doesn't have any computers in it. But very cool though. And this YRP Cruiser has the pit bar, which not many agencies here have, and the new spotlight, which is electronically controlled. Plexiglass prisoner cage, and back here this car has the V2V sync module by Whelen, which is a synchronized module where basically if the cruisers pull up to a scene together, their light patterns will flash the same, which is very OCD, and I like that. And that's the whole like police section. What is that? A mixture of F88, E92, and Liberty Walk wide body thing. Fake carbon fiber.